HeroQuest is a fantasy board game for 2 to 5 players with a session playing one quest typically lasting between 1.5 and 2.5 hours. One player plays the role of the evil sorcerer Zargon, and the rest of the players play the role of the 4 heroes working to stop Zargon. The game is balanced for all 4 heroes, so if you have fewer than 4 players to play the heroes, some or all will need to play multiple heroes. For each quest within a campaign, Zargon will use the map in the quest book to set up the entrance room where the heroes start the quest. New areas are revealed to the players and populated with furniture and monsters as they are explored. Corridors are populated based on line of sight, and rooms are populated all at once as the doors to them are opened. Zargon is in charge of placing newly revealed furniture and monsters onto the game board, as well as reading any relevant story text from the quest book to the heroes. Speaking of doors, they all start out closed. Only heroes can open doors. Doors can never be reclosed. Once a door is open, replace the closed door miniature with an open door miniature. The heroes go first, establishing the order they want to go in for the rest of the game. On a hero's turn, they get to move and take an action, in either order. Move then action, or action then move. The move cannot be split, with part before and part after the action. Heroes roll 2 red dice for movement points, each point letting them move 1 square. Movement is horizontal and vertical only. No diagonal movement is allowed. Heroes are not required to use all or even any of their movement points in a turn. Heroes may move through other heroes, but not through monsters. Heroes must come to rest on an empty square. In addition to moving, heroes may take 1 of 6 actions during each turn. Action number 1 is the attack. Heroes may attack a monster that is located horizontally or vertically adjacent to them. Some specific weapons allow diagonal attacks and will say so on their equipment card. Roll the number of attack dice on your character card or weapon card, whichever is higher. If any of the dice show a skull, that's a hit. Your target will then roll defense dice listed on their character cards, and any black shields are successful defenses. Subtract the number of black defense shields from the number of white skulls. Any positive remainder is the number of body points the monster loses. A monster dies and is removed from the board when their body points drop to 0. Ranged weapons like the crossbow need to evaluate line of sight to their target. Draw a line from the center of the attacker square to the center of the target square. Touching just the edge of a wall or doorway does not block the projectile. Touching another hero or creature does not block the projectile unless it passes through the center of it. Action number 2 is casting a spell. Heroes can cast each of their spells once per quest. Line of sight rules work the same as for ranged weapon attacks. The wizard and the elf divide their spells at the start of each quest. The wizard chooses one of the 4 elemental classes, the elf chooses another class, and the remaining 2 go to the wizard. Action number 3 is to search for treasure. Each hero can search each room 1 time for treasures. Corridors can't be searched. Tell Zargon that a search is being made. Some rooms have special treasure to find that is listed in the quest book. Otherwise, you'll be directed to draw a card from the treasure deck. If the card calls for a wandering monster, place one of the type of wandering monster listed in the quest page onto the board as close to the searching hero as possible. That monster immediately attacks that hero. The rewards from the treasure cards are added to their finder's hero sheet and the card discarded for the remainder of the quest. Detrimental treasure cards like wandering monsters and traps are shuffled back into the treasure deck to be found again. Action number 4 is searching for secret doors. A hero may declare that they are searching for secret doors but can only do so when no monsters are visible. Zargon will place any secret doors in that hero's current room onto the board. Those doors are considered closed until a hero opens them. Like other doors, they cannot be reclosed. Action number 5 is to search for traps. Pit traps, falling block traps, and spear traps are triggered if a hero walks on them without first disarming them. They are hidden from the heroes until they are sprung or disarmed. If there are no monsters visible to you, you may search for traps. Zargon will tell you of any place traps are hidden in your current room or corridor, pointing to the square they occupy, but not placing anything on the board. The trap is still concealed. If a hero moves onto a pit trap, they fall in. Zargon places a pit trap tile under that hero. The hero suffers 1 body point of damage and his turn is over. A hero in a pit may search for treasure and secret doors as if he were in a room. Heroes and monsters may attack or defend from within the pit, but do both with a 1 die penalty. Heroes suffer this penalty to a minimum of 1 attack or defense die, even if the penalty would reduce their die to 0. You may attempt to jump over a sprung or unsprung pit trap if you have 2 moves remaining to reach the other side. Roll a combat die, and on any shield, you successfully jump the trap. On a skull, you fall in. A sprung pit trap cannot be removed from the board. Heroes must jump it, fall in, or go around. If found during a search, Zargon will tell the heroes where a falling block trap is but won't mark it on the board. Heroes may attempt to jump it. If they spring the trap by any means, a falling block trap tile is placed on the board and the hero rolls 3 combat dice. Each skull is 1 body point of damage taken and no defense roll is made. The hero then decides which direction to move off of the trap, moves 1 space, and his turn is over. The falling block trap square becomes permanently impassable and cannot then be jumped. If a spear trap is revealed in a search, Zargon will point to its location. It may be jumped over or disarmed. If it is sprung, the hero rolls 1 combat die and takes 1 body damage on a skull. The trap is now spent. There is no spear trap tile to place on the board. Zargon's quest book may say that a particular chest or piece of furniture is trapped. In a search for traps in the room containing it, Zargon will tell the hero which piece is trapped. If a room is searched for treasure before being searched for traps, the chest and furniture traps will spring with the consequences listed on Zargon's quest notes. If the chest or furniture trap is disarmed, you may then search it for treasure on the next turn. Action number 6 is to disarm traps using a toolkit. A hero possessing a toolkit may attempt to disarm a trap that has been found while searching for traps. A hero does this by announcing that they are moving onto a trap to attempt to disarm it. Then they move onto it and roll 1 combat die. On a skull, they fail to disarm and they spring the trap. On a black or a white shield, they disarm the trap. It is considered gone and is not placed on the game board. The dwarf disarms traps similarly, except they innately have a toolkit and do not have to purchase one. They succeed on disarming a trap on any roll except a black skull. A black shield springs the trap. One more note about actions. Opening a door is not an action. On their turn, a hero may give an item to another hero without using an action, so long as no monsters are in sight. Once all of the heroes have played their turn, Zargon will have a chance to move and attack with monsters on the board. A monster's move distance is shown on the monster card. Like heroes, they can move and then take an action, or take an action and then move. They cannot move diagonally, and they cannot attack diagonally. Monster attacks work almost the same as hero attacks. Throw the number of attack dice on the monster stat card and add up the number of skulls rolled. The hero they're attacking throws their defense dice. The only difference is that the hero defense successes happen when the hero throws a white shield on the die. Subtract successful hero defenses from successful monster attacks, and if the result is positive, the hero loses that many body points. The quest book will tell Zargon which of his monsters have spells and which spells they have. Monster casting works the same as hero casting, including line of sight requirements. When a hero's body points are reduced to 0, they may immediately drink a healing potion they have in their inventory or cast a healing spell on themselves, otherwise they are dead. Another hero may pick up their items from within the same room as the dead hero. Picking up their items is not an action and can be done instantly. If a hero is not present but a monster is, the monster takes the items, at which point they are unrecoverable. Each quest will have an objective listed in Zargon's quest book. The quest ends when that goal has been achieved and all of the remaining heroes have reached the stairway to exit the quest. In between quests, the hero's body points and mind points are restored and caster spells are returned to them for the next quest. The heroes can spend accumulated gold buying items from the equipment deck, including the broadsword.